I'm Beth the Builder and rock carving! So like I had said in a different video, I want to do one in real time to first of all see how long it takes me, because I don't actually have a good idea of how long a little rock carving takes me. I just don't know. And then also in real time, then hopefully you can really see all of the cuts I'm doing. I'm not really sure if you would refer to them as cuts because you're more grinding away versus carving away, cutting away like wood. But it's like semantics at some point, it doesn't matter. That's what I'm thinking to do. I'm gonna stick with doing an owl because I really liked how those have been progressing and I think they're getting pretty good, so I kind of want to stick with that. I have a new box of bits that I might open up because I have 6 cases of those diamond coated bits, plus some that I haven't even used yet because honestly I have been kind of sticking with using the same ones because I mean, yeah, I guess like stick with what you know or stick with what works. So I have been using that cylindrical bit quite a bit because it is really useful. It's got a really good amount of surface area, and then the skinny little ones, I've broken a few of those because they just, I mean, that's just what's going to happen. Like you're going to end up breaking them, the tips off of them, or just grinding away the coating, the diamond coating on them. So, which isn't a big deal. That's why they come in sets of, this is a brand new one. This is a set of 3. So that's why they come like this, because it's not like a bit that you can sharpen or like use for a super long time versus wood carving bits. Like obviously they get more dull. They get dull over time, but you could still use them versus these, which I mean, I guess could be dangerous, but these, like once the diamond coating is gone, like they're garbage. You have to just throw them away. So we're gonna do it in real time. Safety equipment, we've talked about this multiple times. I got my respirator, goggles. I think probably the respirator and goggles are the 2 most important things, but I always wear ear protection because I have very sensitive ears. And then yeah, I got a tray of water. I'm thinking to maybe get a dripper pretty quick here because that would be very useful, but not a necessity. You can get away with just something wet, you know, a towel. You can do it in a tray. So somebody has suggested getting like a reptile dripper thing, which I think could potentially work. I feel like you could also like build one. So I'm gonna stick with about the same size that I've been doing, which is about 1.5 inches, yeah, maybe tops 2 inches. So that's what we're gonna do. I've scavenged a few new rocks. I don't like this one. So yeah, let's do it. So as we get into this rock carving, I just want to remind everybody that I do have a Patreon if you would like to support me that way. No pressure. It's starts as little as $3, which is as little as a cup of coffee. That's what some dumbass ads would tell you. But yeah, it starts pretty cheap. If you would like to do that, you can find more information in the description below. But you should also like and subscribe and do all that dumb YouTube stuff, you know? But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy my real-time rock carving of 2 owls. That's right, there's gonna be 2. Okay, so I'm all done, and yeah, I carved two little owls. One is significantly small, maybe the smallest thing I've done yet. And I had a little trouble with that one because that stone, if you can see it in any of the video, kept flaking away when I was trying to do little detail because it was so soft. I think probably the softest thing I've carved yet for rocks. I mean, it might be straight up soapstone, which according to Jordy, and if you look it up, is like the softest stone that you can carve. So yeah, I got him with some eyeballs, and then I separated his feet kinda, trying to do some talons. But yeah, I really struggled with getting some good detail because it was so soft. It's not a problem, I'm just used to a little bit harder stone. So then my second owl is obviously much bigger. It's kind of similar to the first owl I ever did. That's kind of what I was going for. And I kind of like those squat little fat owls. Like, they just look cute. But that rock was much harder. So I didn't carve away as much because it was so hard. But yeah, I filmed everything in real time to see how long any one of these is taking me. And the bigger one took me maybe a little bit longer. But overall, it's averaging about 20 to 30 minutes. And that's, of course, with like stopping and changing bits out and stuff like that. So like not too shabby, I would say, especially for working with a really hard material. But yeah, this little tiny guy is definitely the smallest one I've done, and it like carved like butter. It was so soft. I mean, that's the way to go for sure, because it's really easy on the bits and on the diamond coating. Like, it can just like eat away at the rock. The bigger one, obviously, I knew it was pretty hard to begin with. Maybe it's a kind of quartz, or maybe it's a piece of granite, honestly. I don't know. Again, identification of rocks is not my thing. I just see rocks and I'm like, I like that. Shiny, pick up. It's like goblin-brained, because the idea is goblins like shiny things and valuable things, and they sometimes don't know the difference, so they just like shiny things. It's like, ooh, shiny spoon, pick up. Tiny pine cone, ooh, I like it. And they like tiny things, you know. It's a weird idea, but it's just so you know. But that's kind of like how my brain works when I see cool rocks. I'm like, ooh, I like that rock. It's not like, what kind of rock is that? So yeah, I like the fatter squatter owls. And I think the side view that I've done a couple times of the owl with like their head turned to the side, like over their shoulder, is kind of fun. But I kind of have a little bit of a affinity for the squat, fat, just straight on owls. As well as like the little horned owls. Like, I like that look better. I've looked up buying soapstone online, which you can do. You can find like a big old bag of it on like Etsy for like 20 to 30 bucks. And it's like various sizes, like I think I found one that was like 2-inch pieces, and it's like like 5 pounds of that. So I might have to do that, because the softer one that I did, this little guy that was like so soft, was definitely quicker and a lot easier on my bits and everything. If I'd had a bigger piece, that also would have helped. This already started out like pretty little, versus some of them I've done are a little bit bulkier. So yeah, I definitely can appreciate some really dang soft stone. That's really satisfying. The harder ones, I mean, yeah, it just takes a little bit more time, and you just gotta be patient and work with it. Anyway, I hope the real time is helpful for you guys. I think it should be, because you can really see it, the progression of it. Try to get some good angles. I just broke my little tripod, so, which is a bummer. But yeah, I hope the real time was easier to see. I'll obviously speed up some of it, because each one of these did take me like 20 to 30 minutes and everything. So I don't know if I really want this video to be an hour. So I've kind of come up with like a procedure of how I go about my owls. Is I start with his head, and then outline his ears, and then go into nose and eyes, because that's really where it's going to define that it's an owl. And then I do all the detail stuff of like wings, feet, if I'm going to do feet, feathering, and then go back in and like with a smaller bit, define like the edges of, you know, carve in around the wings and his head, etc. That's kind of the procedure that I've gotten, and I just start with blocking him out with like head, ears, face, because that's really where you're gonna see it be the thing that you want it to be. And yeah, I will have so many funny stone owls. I think I'll end up trying to paint a couple and see how that works. And see how they kind of paint up, because that would be pretty fun. I like the one I painted, how that turned out. It was kind of like a little snowy owl. I think next time I'm going to do a bear, but I'm going to do him like standing, because I have a little bear figurine that I think is pretty cool. So I'm going to see if I can maybe duplicate that, because it's really simple, just like that little wolf guy that I'd showed. But the bear is the same thing, very, very simple, and it looks pretty cool. It does look like a bear. So I'm thinking to maybe find a tan brown stone and then kind of duplicate that. I thought I would do that wolf, but I think it's just too simple. Like it's almost hard to tell what it looks like, and I paid money for that thing, but it's like polished quartz or whatever. But the little bear figurine is just, it's just some rock, you know, it's not anything fancy. So I think I'll try and duplicate that next time, and we'll keep chainsaw carving, rock carving. I gotta do my headboard. I probably haven't done that by now, or have I? Oh man, I'm predicting the future or something. So I hope you enjoy this. I hope you're learning something. I hope you're rock carving if you care to do that. Check out Etsy, where you can get soapstone, which is pretty cool. And while you're there, why don't you go check out my Etsy? Maybe you'll find a little rock figurine of mine that you'd like to buy. Maybe they'll be up there by now. I gotta do that. I'll do that. Or you could also become a patron member, where there's exclusive content, etc., which is also an incredibly helpful thing for me. But no pressure. Just like and subscribe otherwise. I have new videos every week. So thanks for watching. Oh.